All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Parenting 911 Lived Experience podcast. We are happy to see you here. And listen, today I want to ask something. Have any of you ever heard the saying, when mama ain't happy, nobody's happy? You know, that kind of saying? Well, I'm going to put a twist on it a little bit and say, when mama is not well,
Mm,
then the whole family struggles and suffers. So, we are
mhm,
going to talk about maternal well being. All right.
mhm.
And we have with us the amazing Dr. Glenda Hayden, and she is the founder and CEO of Exousia Transformation Space. Welcome, Dr. Glenda.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Amazing, amazing. So, we are going to just allow you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Of course, they know me. I am Frizel Lynn, the host for this session and pretty much most of the sessions.
Yeah.
So, we are going to just give the floor to you to introduce yourself to us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So again, thank you for this amazing opportunity. I am Dr. Glenda Bailey Hayden. I'm a Kingdom Life coach, author, speaker, and founder of Exousia Transformation Space, where we empower women of faith to transform their lives from ordinary to kingdom extraordinary. I'm also 20 plus year clinical social worker. I've done social work for 25 years in the education arena. So I have seen moms, I have supported moms, especially moms of children with special needs. In addition to that, I am the proud mother of two beautiful young adults, and I just recently received the beautiful daughter in love. My son was recently married, and I like to say I'm a proud God grandma. I have a wonderful godson, my daughter's godson, and we just love life together. We love doing life together. So I have been this journey of a mother, but I've also been a daughter. And I am just on this journey of one of the things we do at Exousia Transformation Space is a program called Moms Creating Space. And I'll tell you more about that as we continue to talk. But I'm just on this mission to help mothers create space.
Oh, I love it. Mom's creating space. Yeah, that sounds good already. Congratulations on the new daughter in love. And I love the fact that you use the word empowerment. We've got to help moms, dads,
Mhm.
and children be more empowered. And so Parenting 911 deals with all of those phases. But we're in this era, it seems, where we want to do everything for everybody. But honestly, we've got to teach people how to do for themselves.
Absolutely.
And when you said that, I wrote down empowering women. So that's a
Mhm.
great start for me. Um, so let's go ahead and get started with the questions. At the end, I will give you an opportunity to tell everybody how they can reach you, get in contact with you, find you on social media, and all of that part. So, why do you believe that maternal well being is not a luxury, but a necessity?
Yeah. Wow. That's a powerful question. I'm going to speak from a personal experience and then I'll go from a professional experience. Is that okay? I'm going to tell you a story about me as a
Yes.
young mother, beautiful children, husband at home. Thought we had it together. Thought we had I thought we had the family dreams. We were thriving in our careers. Our children were thriving. I'm a native of New Orleans. Hurricane Katrina happened, and I found myself becoming now part caregiver of my mother who had some health challenges when she relocated to the state we were living in at that time. In that, I found myself losing myself. I said to my coworkers, I don't have sick days. My sick days now are when my children are ill or when my mother has a doctor's appointment. I was caring for everybody but Glenda. The weight came, there were some health challenges. I was pouring and pouring active in my church, giving, giving, giving. No one gave me permission, but everyone kept taking. No one gave me permission to care for myself. Everyone kept taking from me. I heard it once said that everything in the cup is what I need, and it's from the saucer that I'm to serve from. Recently, I've adopted and I've come to the realization that the scripture that so often we quote when we are pouring and pouring and pouring is love the Lord thy God, love thy neighbor as thyself, right? So that alignment was, oh, God, neighbor. So serve, serve, serve the people on my job, the people in my community, at my church, my family, serve, serve, serve. And then it's me. I get the leftovers. But really, it says, as thyself. So it's God,
That's
me,
right.
then I'm able to serve everyone else, right? So, but somehow, and I've been doing this research, how did I get that mindset? It came probably from the women in my life. I saw them give, give, give. Sometimes even social media, what you see on TV, what you see in the media of women and their expectation. No one has really given us permission to create this space. Exousia is the Greek word for authority. God has given us the authority, I believe, as mothers, to set the pace and the tone in our homes. And it begins with me. I teach my clients and my students, it begins with me. When I change, everything connected me benefits, everything connected. And I'll give you a small example. When I decided I needed to do something about my weight, I decided I was going to drink water. And I bought me a fancy water bottle and I drank my water. I drank my water. I got tired of telling to my kids, you need to drink more water. Where have you drank some water there? I got out of their business and I stayed in my business. The minute I did that, Mama, can we get a water bottle now? They were watching what I was doing, not so much of what I'm saying. So I'm a firm believer our children do what we do, not what we say as much, right? So as mothers, we have this opportunity to create this beautiful space for ourselves and then watch it ripple effects over into our loved ones and our children.
Yes. Oh, that's good. That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
beautiful. Um, Especially when you talked about the scripture, it does say, love God first,
yeah.
and it says, love your neighbor, but it's as you love yourself. And we miss the part about loving ourselves.
Ourselves,
Because if
yes.
you don't love you, how are you going to love them? What kind of, I mean, if you don't know what love is for you, then you
Mhm.
definitely don't know what love is to your family, your spouse, to anyone. So that was amazing. Oh yeah, that
Yes,
was that was a
yes.
great way to start us thinking more about we cannot give from an empty cup. If
Yeah,
the cup
yeah,
is
yeah,
empty,
yeah.
exactly what are you pouring out of it? If it's empty, there is nothing in it to give you or anyone else. So I loved
Mhm.
how we've started this. That's good.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. All right.
Mhm.
So what are you seeing right now with mothers that you come in contact with that most of us are missing, or maybe we
Mhm.
don't even know we need to look for it. We don't see the triggers. We don't see the emotions that
Mhm.
are being hidden or kept
Mhm.
silent.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I our mothers are suffering. Many are suffering. Many are at a loss. They feel pulled from different different directions, right? The world has lots of opinions about what motherhood look like, and the world has even more opinions about a mother who's caring for a child with special needs. And sometimes we adopt the beliefs of the world. I just met with a mother who was feeling some kind of way because she applied for her child to go to a special school and a faith-based school and was told that he wasn't the right fit. And she's like, that's hard to hear. And I had to remind her that you are interviewing the school as well. So your child is this beautiful gift from God, and God saw fit to say that that school wasn't ready for him. So you have to look, and she say, thank you for that reframing, because we can get caught up in thinking that school, because of their fancy titles and fees, that they know best, but they don't know what's best for your child. So I remind my parents when I was in education that you are the expert of your child. You carried that child for 9 months. You walked with that child. So mothers are not, as I stated earlier, aren't feeling like they're being given permission to really operate in a way in raising their families and taking care of themselves in a way that best meet their needs. We're trying to fit in certain boxes. And I heard it said best, like we're square pegs and people are trying to put us in these circle holes, right? So how do we empower mothers? And one way I do, I encourage mothers to say, because some way when we decide, first of all, I always we have a space framework that we use, and we encourage moms, first of all, just to be still. Take a breath and come into this present moment. I teach my clients that sometimes when your mind is so far in the future, what about this? What about that? That raises up the anxiety. When we're living in the past,
Mhm.
woe is me, that's where the depression lies. But where the gift is in the present. So, how do we come into this present moment and just be for a moment? Just be, observe what's going on the inside. Is my heart racing, right? Is my breathing shallow? What's going on in me? Sometimes we don't even stop and check in with me. How am I feeling right now as a mother? So once we are in this present moment, we have the responsibility of shifting some things in our minds. Me taking this moment for me is not selfish, but it's stewardship, right? It's stewardship. God blessed me with this body, and he trusted me with those kids, but he trusted me with me first, right? So, how do I care for myself as a mother? And then I can love. Everybody right now is getting my fumes. But boy, if I fill me up, they getting the best version of me. So one of the things I see most mothers are struggling with is just understanding the permission, the authority that they have to care for themselves.
Oh, that's really good. You
Mhm.
said so much in that. One of the things you ended with the permission, having permission to care about yourself, not feeling guilty because you're
Mhm.
taking some time for yourself. There's no shame in taking time for you. Um, wow, I put down here just be. Slow down long enough to just be.
Mhm.
Um, the parent I spoke with today, when I told her she needed to take time for herself, she said, I can't. I don't have time to stop and take time for myself. And
Mhm.
so oftentimes that's how we feel, that we don't have time to
Mhm.
stop or slow down for us
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
we're doing everything for everybody else. Wow.
Mhm. And
That's
one of
good.
the things when parents or people, mothers, tell me they don't have time, I remind them that we do have, everybody gets the same 24 hours. It's just a matter of what we want to do with
Exactly.
it. Sometimes folks
Exactly.
think self-care, and I really challenge my mothers with this. Like I was speaking to a group of mothers the other day. What are you going to do? Mother's Day is coming up, right? Oh, I'm going to go to a spa day. I'm going to go to a winery. And I'm hearing ding, 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 dollar signs. That's expensive. And not all of us have that. So I don't want to feel less as a mother because I don't have that. So I don't highlight nails and hair. Those things are wonderful. I highlight what our 7 principles of well-being is, how am I taking care of me? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I drinking my water? Like, how am I taking care of me? That's self-care, right? Am I getting my fruits
Yeah.
and vegetables in? Am I moving my body? Am I stretching my body? You hit a certain age, you got to stretch, right? So, how do we help mothers to see that our well-being is so much more? It's so much more than nails and hair.
So the things that you're saying make me really understand more too with self-care. It's not about the temporary
Yeah.
because see the nails, you're gonna have to get them done again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The hair, yeah, you're gonna have to do something to it in a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you start creating the pattern, the habit of eating better, of
Mm.
drinking the water, you know, of exercising, those things are long lasting
Mhm.
and they will help you not just for one day, but for many days to come. So, oh yeah, that's good. I'm going to do better on the water myself. I'm not a water drinker,
Mhm. Mhm.
but I'm encouraging myself to drink more water each day. So, yeah, that would be a part of my self-care.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so now you think about our day and time. Why do you feel that there are so many strong, capable, even educated mothers who are still overwhelmed, exhausted, and emotionally drained?
Mhm. I was one of them. I was one, um I personally believe as I look back on my life as I mature and I'm learning more, it's because somehow, especially for women of color and Black women, we've received the message that we have to be these strong Black women. We have to be, and we define strong as doing it all, giving PTA, Bible study, Sunday school. We give. And I view it as sometimes being, for me, what it was in my life, may be different for everybody else, is being that little G in my life, the little God. I got to make things happen. At one point, my children both were in college at the same time. They're 14 months apart. I looked back. I was working 5 jobs to help support them in college. 5 jobs. And finally, I got diagnosed with asthma. I kept getting run into the ER. I couldn't breathe, but that slowed me down. And literally, I heard the Lord saying, "What are you doing? I'm their provider. I got them." I quickly relinquished about 3 of them jobs, and I just kept 2 of them. Still had a little bit of the little G in there, but really, sometimes in this world, we find ourselves. Um,
Yeah.
Feeling like we got to make it happen for ourselves, especially after it's so deep, Miss Lynn. It's so deep. If you think from a
Yes.
historical standpoint, the messages we've gotten as women of color, or Black women in
Yes.
particular, about what we can do, our ancestors did amazing things, and we somehow have adopted that mindset that we have to do it all. But God, I believe, is calling
Mhm.
us in this season to build community. I had a community when I was a child. My mom had cousins that she trusted us with, that we had that village, if you will. And I believe our mothers are
Yes.
missing village. They're missing the village on how to come
Yeah.
together as mothers and
Yes.
be some of that respite for each other and be that sounding board. And that's what I'm hoping I am creating with this, our movement of moms creating space. Let's create this space so that we can excel and raise our children together, but also without sacrificing ourselves, being that good steward of self first. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. The strong Black women, yes, we saw them do so much.
With
And
so little
most of the
often.
time, yet with so little, you're exactly right. And most of the time, not expressing the weight that they were feeling and carrying. And we didn't understand that part in most cases because they wouldn't break down in front of us,
Mhm,
you
mhm, mhm,
too strong for that. But had we known the
mm,
weight, had we known the struggle for them, we would have seen things a little differently. I feel
mhm,
that we really
mhm,
would have seen that because we get to the point, and I've heard people say this, that we almost feel like they were not real,
mhm,
because
mhm,
we didn't see any weakness.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
in
yeah.
today's time, we need to make sure that we show that we have feelings too. We have to let our loved ones know we get tired too.
Yes,
That
yes.
we need a day too,
Yeah, yeah,
because that's real.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You mentioned the village. Oh, and you're talking my language when you start talking about the village, because that's one of the coaching programs that I have. It does take a village. It really takes a village. However, we have to make sure that the people in our village help us create a safe space for
Mhm.
us and for our children. And so
Yeah.
I tell parents all the time, don't just think because this is your best friend and you all get along and you all hang
Mhm,
out
mhm,
that that person is the best person for your child. What if the personalities don't get along?
mhm,
What if your child doesn't feel safe with that
mhm,
person? So
mhm,
so I even have them to rank the value of the people they say are in their village. And
mhm.
sometimes we're a little shocked because the people we think should be are not the best choices.
Yeah.
So yeah, you said a whole lot with that now. That took
Yes.
me from the past and brought me all the way up to the future.
Mhm, mhm. I
Because I'm
love it.
thinking now about my grandchildren that are adults. Those young women, they've seen us put forth so much. And I try
Mhm.
to talk to them about this is not competition. We're not
Yeah.
in competition.
Mhm.
Take time to do things, slow down to
Mm.
do things.
Yeah.
You don't have to hurry up and get the job and then get the house and get the car, get the husband, get the children, and try to do it all in a year. No,
Mhm.
slow down.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Yeah, that's
All
good.
right.
That's good.
Say it again.
I said that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, okay.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
Um, I want to ask, what are the signs
mm,
that mothers show when they are running on empty? What
mm,
are the signs?
mhm,
Even if they don't know they're showing these
mhm,
signs,
mhm, mhm.
the rest of us need to know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
to look for.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Irritability. They're short, impatient with their children, them others. That's a key sign for a mother who's trying to figure it out for herself. Some of it is physical. They may feel their heart, they may feel shaky, trembling, nervous, anxious all the time, worried, repetitive thinking. Oh, what about this bill, that bill, stuck in that mode that they're burning out. Another sign
Mm.
is lack of intimacy. Don't want to be bothered with nobody, isolating, getting themselves, sometimes going into the room and not coming out to the next morning. Kids are fending for themselves, you know what I mean? Sometimes is maybe even they're calling off work a lot, they're feeling like I can't go in, or they're having mistakes at work, or they're forgetting things. So there's so many um acute signs. They're sometimes we just chuck them off, like driving past your exit to get home because your mind is
Oh,
somewhere else,
yeah,
right? So we
somewhere
see these
else.
little things and we say, "Oh, I'm just so forgetful." I always say the number one sign for me in my body was the cortisol. Next thing you know, I'm bloated, right? So that's just stress.
Right.
All this stress. I'm like, what
Yeah.
happened? I think it's, oh, I ate some bread. What was it? Nah, you just stressed, right? But I really think
Mm,
the number one healer for us that we often miss is just sleep. We got to let our bodies rest. And I know as a new mother, them babies getting up all throughout the night. I know that part is hard. But I had a young mother I worked with, I'll tell you this story, who came to me because she was burned out. She was a young mother, I think under the age of 25, had a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a newborn. And she was mad, at home mom, husband's out working, and she was just exhausted. And she said, I just don't have time. I just don't have time. That was her thing. And I said, well, when the newborn takes a nap, the older one was in school, the 3-year-old wanted mommy time. I said, now just say it's rest time. She wouldn't take a nap. The 3-year-old wouldn't take a nap. Say, we're going to rest. And we either lie together or you put her in her own bed, but we're going to rest. And she was so grateful. She came back and said, it worked. I was able to get me a 20-minute shower. She was having a hard time finding a shower, but we began to feel, oh, well, then with the newborn, I got to give the 3-year-old time. Ah, da, da, da. How do I manage it all? But what we can do is, set healthy boundaries, get those limits, and prioritize my well-being. Now that you got a fresh shower or you took a 20-minute nap, you're more energized to engage with all of your
yes,
children. And she was able to
absolutely.
see that. But no one gave her permission. She's a young mother herself. And so I was just so grateful that and I am a Kingdom Life coach. Let me give that disclaimer. These interventions and things often ain't came from no textbook. It's just the Holy Spirit drops it in. So that idea, that strategy I gave that mother was Holy Spirit filled. I wish I could take credit, but he knew what she needed, and I'm grateful that he used me as that vessel, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, I could just think of what these mothers come back and say. Another mother was like, "You're right. All I needed to do was create space." Another mother said, "Oh my goodness, they're cleaning their rooms. They're doing it." She said before she has a husband at home, before she's just like, oh, clean your room, clean it, da, 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 da. And then what happens is the kids don't do it. And she had teenage sons. She eventually would do it. What do you think these teenage
Oh
brains
my.
are saying? Oh, mom's going to do it anyway. And I said, you have a
Exactly.
partner, you have a husband in your home. Tap into your internal village, and say to your husband, I need your help. And her husband just sat
Yeah.
down and had a conversation. They had a family meeting and said, Mom is getting help. And she needs help in here too. So you need to do your part. And recently she said, I surveyed my sons and they say, Mom, we like you better now. You're not yelling as
Oh,
much. And she's saying, yeah, my middle son has done all the dishes. He's doing this. They're seeing the change. But guess what, Mom? You didn't change your kids. You changed yourself. It begins with me. When she changed and she tapped into her internal support of her husband, and they got her sons on track. Now, is it perfect? No, but it's definitely better. And she is feeling less anxious. She's feeling less burned out because when she came to me, she was off the chart. You know what I mean?
oh my. Oh
Yeah,
my.
yeah.
And I love the fact that you just gave her something simple,
Mhm,
something so simple that she needed. It wasn't this big, complicated
mhm,
process she had to go. It was so simple. And a lot of the answers that mothers, parents are looking for, a lot of those answers are simple. And I say this in some of my workshops. I said, parenting is really simple. And you should see the expressions
mhm.
on people's faces. They are like, this woman is crazy. There is no way. But it really is. Most of it is very simple. I love that you mentioned the family meeting. Like dad just sat down, had a family meeting. I have a
Mhm.
family meeting journal that I wrote, and it helps families come together. First, let the children know how important they are to the family unit. And then it breaks down so you can start giving everybody some responsibilities.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it's no longer all on you. You learn
Yeah.
how to delegate because when all of us work together, then everything runs smoothly for everybody.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
when you
I love
said that, I
that.
thought, oh,
Yes.
that's that
And
family
that's that
meeting.
authority. Mom operating in her authority, her kingdom authority within her
Absolutely.
household with that delegation. I love it. Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes. Delegation brings about empowerment
Yes.
because now everybody knows who's responsible for what, and
Oh,
then they
wow.
learn how to work together. So I love
Absolutely.
that. But I'm
Oh.
going to end with this story. You
Mhm.
mentioned the word isolation.
Mm.
So, Dr. Glenda, I did not even think about what you're saying until right now concerning my mother. So
Mm.
I'm from a family of educators. My mother and father were both educators. I've been an educator. I'm a retired teacher and school administrator. Um, my mom would isolate herself,
Mhm.
go in her room, and we might see her for dinner, or we might not. Might not see her until the next morning when everybody's getting up going to school. I mean, we were of age by then. I'm talking
Mhm.
about 13, 14, 15.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I used to wonder why would she go in her room, close the door, and then we heard nothing from
Mhm.
her for the rest of the evening. But just looking back,
Mhm.
she was burned out. She was tired. She was overwhelmed at this time. She was a single parent because
Mhm.
my parents were divorced. She remarried, but she and my stepfather were no longer together. So
Mhm.
she's really a single parent. She
Yeah.
was tired.
Mhm.
She was just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And that was her way of trying to regain some space, some
Mhm.
energy. She would isolate herself. Wow.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
never hit me like it did when you said that today.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
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 All right. So let people know how they can find you and look you up on social media.
Yes, yes. So I am at Dr. G, Dr. period G, on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and I'm also on LinkedIn as just Dr. Glenda Bailey Hayden. You'll see me in my pretty pink suit. So if you want to make sure you have the right person. Um, we also have my website is Exousia Transfer, it's Exousia, EXOUSIATS.com for transformational space. So ExousiaTS.com. But also we have, in honor of Mother's Day, we have a wonderful free event coming up that moms can tap in. That's going to be May 18th through 20th. It's a 3-day challenge. So, and you can register for that at Moms Creating Space. That's MOMS creating CREATING space SPACE.com. And then the forward slash challenge. So Moms Creating Space .com challenge. So that'll be coming up pretty soon. That link will be up so folks can register before May 18th. We'll love to see you all in the room.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent. Momscreatingspace.com getting us ready for a 3-day challenge. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, free
Um,
challenge. So it's no excuses, mom. It's free.
I know a free a free challenge. Yeah, to help us help ourselves. Isn't that something?
Yes.
A free challenge to help us help ourselves. Well, I do, before you go, I need to talk for just a moment about our sponsors. Our first sponsor, of course, is Parenting911. And you see my friend over here beside me. So, Parenting911, we actually rescue childhoods because you only get one. There's no redo for the childhood.
Mm,
And we help rebuild families, relationships. We want families to be stronger, bonded together more. We help by providing strategies for structure at home, rules, routines. We talk about what proper discipline is, that discipline is not punishment. We walk parents through the process. We talk
mm,
about consequences, positive, negative. Everything we do, every choice we make has a consequence. And
mm,
then we also talk about proper and respectful communication so that we're
mm,
not screaming, yelling, cussing, fussing at our children, but we are literally having a conversation with them. Those are some of the main pillars that we use at Parenting911. So please go there, parenting911.org, and set up a strategy session with me. Let's talk about what's going on and
mm,
let's look, we don't judge you because we're not here to judge you. We meet you where you are, but we do nudge you. We don't want to leave you where you are. We want to make sure we nudge you forward. Our second sponsor is Emotions You Know, and that is the new social awareness game that is going viral. And it's already in 19 different languages. It will also be translated in Braille, but it is for families to be able to share their stories. So you choose an emoji and then you share a story from it. We will be amazed at the things that our children haven't told us. But
mm,
when it's a game, they feel more relaxed. And now
mm,
they're able to share things with us that we've never heard about before. And we can now share our life stories with them as well. So go to Emotions You Know, Emotions, EmotionsYouknow.com and get your game. All right, Dr. Glenda, thank you so much. This was wonderful. It was amazing, and I learned a lot.
yes. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yes, ma'am. All right, everybody, we hope to see you on the next session. Please subscribe and like, and we'll see you soon.